Ever seen a tiny car or mini truck zip by so fast you thought, that must be modified? It's likely packing a high-revving motorcycle engine, turning it into a street-legal go-kart or mini race car. But can these pocket rockets outperform full-size trucks or even sports cars? Let's find out. 10. Smart Hayabusa. The Smart Hayabusa is exactly what it sounds like, a smart Fort Woo, but with a 1.3-liter Suzuki Hayabusa engine crammed into it. The Hayabusa is one of the fastest production motorcycles in the world, known for its ability to push over 200 miles per hour with minor tuning. Now imagine putting that same engine into a car that weighs less than 1,500 pounds. The result? A tiny two-seater that can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds and top out at over 150 miles per hour. It sounds fun, right? Well, it is, until you realize that a motorcycle engine doesn't naturally have a reverse gear. Some builders get around this by adding an electric motor for reverse, but others? They just push the car backward manually. While the Smart Hayabusa turns a tiny city car into a speed demon, the next car on the list takes a similar concept and cranks it up even further. 9. Fiat 126P. The Fiat 126P is a tiny classic Italian city car that originally had a modest 23 horsepower engine. But when some gearheads got their hands on one, they decided to drop in a 1.3-liter Suzuki Hayabusa engine, turning it into an absolute rocket. With over 200 horsepower in a car weighing around 1,300 pounds, this little Fiat now has the power-to-weight ratio of a proper sports car. It revs up to 13,000 RPM, making it one of the wildest builds ever, because from the outside, it still looks like an innocent old-school hatchback. While the Fiat 126P hides its wild power under a classic exterior, the next car on the list is built from the ground up for pure performance. 8. Westfield Megabusa. If the Smart Hayabusa is a fun experiment, the Westfield Megabusa is a track weapon. Westfield is a UK-based company specializing in lightweight performance cars, and the Megabusa takes the Suzuki Hayabusa engine and pairs it with a chassis that weighs about 1,200 pounds. With a 6-speed sequential gearbox and a 13,000 RPM redline, the Megabusa is capable of blistering acceleration and razor-sharp handling. It can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds, making it quicker than a Porsche 911 Turbo. Some track versions even push 190 miles per hour on long straights. While the Westfield Megabusa is designed for the track, the next car on the list takes a vintage K car and turns it into a high-revving rocket. 7. Mazda R360 Hayabusa. The Mazda R360, one of Japan's first K cars, originally came with a tiny 356cc engine producing just 16 horsepower. But someone thought, why not give it over 200 horsepower? So they dropped in a 1.3-liter Suzuki Hayabusa engine, creating one of the most extreme K-car builds ever. Now, this classic microcar can rev to 13,000 RPM, hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, and deliver the raw, high-pitched scream of a superbike. While the Mazda R360 Hayabusa pushes the limits of a classic K-car, the next vehicle on the list shows that even a small utility truck can be turned into something unexpectedly quick. 6. Suzuki Carry. The Suzuki Carry is a popular K-truck in Japan built for light-duty hauling. But some enthusiasts decided that light duty wasn't enough, so they swapped in a Suzuki GSX-R 1000 engine. With a 1000cc superbike engine pushing over 160 horsepower, this tiny truck goes from a slow-moving utility vehicle to a performance machine that can keep up with sports cars. Some versions have been modified to drift, while others are tuned for drag racing. Either way, it's a ridiculous amount of fun. At this point, you might be wondering, if these vehicles are so powerful and efficient, why aren't they mass-produced? The reality is, while motorcycle engines are fun and fast, they lack the low-end torque for practical driving and aren't as durable as car engines. However, with hybrid tech, some manufacturers are experimenting with motorcycle-based powertrains, potentially bringing ultralight, high-performance microcars to the streets soon. While the Suzuki Carry proves that a key truck can be surprisingly quick, the next vehicle takes things even further with an even larger motorcycle engine, pushing its performance to new levels. 5. Daihatsu Hijet. The Daihatsu Hijet is another well-known K truck, typically used for commercial purposes. But in the hands of tuners, it has been transformed into an off-road and drag racing beast. One version was fitted with a Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R engine, a 1,441 cubic centimeter inline-4 that makes around 200 horsepower. This build turns the little Hijet into a speed demon that can burn rubber, drift around corners, and even hit quarter-mile times faster than some muscle cars. If the Daihatsu Hijet showed how a K truck could be transformed into a performance machine, the next one on the list takes it a step further by borrowing power from a motorcycle that once held a speed record. 4th, Honda Acti. Honda's Acti mini truck is a staple in Japan, known for its fuel efficiency and practicality. But someone had the wild idea of stuffing in a Honda CBR 1100XX Super Blackbird engine, which was once the world's fastest production motorcycle engine. With around 160 horsepower in a truck that weighs under 1,500 pounds, this Acti can now outrun some high-end performance cars. The combination of its ultra-lightweight frame and superbike engine means it has insane acceleration, making it one of the fastest mini trucks on the planet. Here's something you probably didn't see coming. Did you know that a Formula One legend was powered by a motorcycle engine? Back in the 1960s, Honda's RA271 Formula One car used a 1.5-liter V12 engine that was essentially a scaled-up motorcycle engine. It revved up to 14,000 RPM, something unheard of in F1 at the time, and showcased Honda's expertise in high-revving small engines. Today, even modern Formula cars in junior categories like Formula 4 use engine technology inspired by motorcycles, proving that these high RPM machines aren't just for bikes or tiny cars. While the Honda Acti proves that a motorcycle engine can turn a mini truck into a serious speedster, the next one on the list takes that concept to an extreme level. 3. Piaggio Ape R1. The Piaggio Ape is a humble three-wheeler used for hauling goods in tight city streets. But some mad geniuses decided to swap out its tiny engine for a Yamaha R1 superbike engine, creating one of the most ridiculous power-to-weight ratios ever. With 180 horsepower in a vehicle that weighs around 500 pounds, the Ape R1 is an absolute wheelie machine. It's so fast that it struggles to keep all three wheels on the ground, making it one of the most hilariously impractical but insanely fun motorcycle-powered vehicles ever built. While the Piaggio Ape R1 is a wild creation, the next car on the list takes the performance to the next level, easily outpacing some serious sports cars. 2. Mini Cooper Hayabusa. The classic Mini Cooper is already a fun little car, but when you throw in a Suzuki Hayabusa engine, it becomes a tiny rocket on wheels. Some enthusiasts have gone even further, tuning the 1.3-liter Hayabusa engine to push over 300 horsepower in a car that barely weighs 1,500 pounds. The result? A Mini that can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds and rev all the way to 13,000 RPM. Onlookers expect a cute city car, but the moment it takes off, it leaves modern sports cars in the dust. The Mini Cooper Hayabusa already takes fun to the extreme. The next one on the list offers a thrilling yet terrifying ride in a car no bigger than a shopping cart. 1. Peel P50 GSXR 1000. The Peel P50 holds the Guinness World Record for being the smallest production car ever made, originally built in the 1960s with a 49cc engine producing just 4 horsepower. But in a mad experiment, someone decided to swap in a 1000cc Suzuki GSX-R 1000 engine, giving it over 150 horsepower. Since the PLP-50 weighs just about 300 pounds, the power-to-weight ratio is absolutely ridiculous. This thing can out-accelerate some supercars. However, with tiny wheels, no suspension, and a frame barely bigger than a motorcycle, driving this car at high speed is a terrifying experience. But let's be honest, it's also the most fun you can have in a car the size of a shopping cart. Now you might be wondering, how much power can these tiny cars and trucks really pack? They may be small and fast, but are they truly as powerful as they seem? Well, some of these modified mini trucks and cars have power-to-weight ratios that surpass those of supercars. Take the Westfield Megabusa, for instance. It boasts a better power-to-weight ratio than a Ferrari 488 Pista. That means it's not just quick for its size, it's genuinely as fast as a supercar. With advancements in engineering, we could soon see a new generation of ultra-light, high-revving vehicles that blend motorcycle engine technology with electric motors. Whether or not they become mainstream, one thing is clear. These extreme small cars and mini trucks prove that performance isn't about size, it's about power. Enjoyed the ride? Subscribe and share your favorite build in the comments. See you next time.